Sophomore year, Princeton, one night just screwing around. Just got home from Thanksgiving vacation. My friends and I were out on the town, and we decided to climb atop a commuter train. The wires run overhead. I just happened to be the first one up, and I had a metal watch on. The electricity entered through my watch, went in my arm, and then blew down, grounded down through my legs. I mean, it was all instantaneous. I mean, it was a big explosion. I was thrown 20, 30 feet, apparently. I don't have memories of that moment. I certainly remember the days afterwards. It was about a week into being in the hospital in New Jersey when the first amputations happened. And then there were a series of operations over the coming months. I had a really wonderful team of physicians and nurses, a team Schwartz Center would be very proud of. And they treated me beautifully. If they could look at me, well, then I should be able to look at myself. If they could touch me, then I should be able to kind of handle being in the world. Here was an army of people waiting to help me and tend to me and care for me and laugh with me. I can't say enough about the care I received. So I just sort of made my way. It was a little bit day by day. And it was really only after the fact that I realized just how close I was to, the final moment. And over that time, I think we had maybe 15 different surgeries.
He was coming out of surgery, and we met him. He was on a gurney in the hall, and he opened his eyes and said, "Now we have even more in common, Mom."
My mother had polio since she was 18 months old, and so she had been on crutches and then in a wheelchair for all of my life.
When I was growing up, I was always trying to camouflage my disability in some way. BJ's just the opposite. He wants it all out there. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a great way to be.
I was not going to end up either feeling sorry for myself or allowing others to feel sorry for me for too long. And I'm not afraid to throw myself into things, come what may. Medicine would be a place I could use these experiences. You use your own humanity. That's your source. That's your wellspring. That you sort of look at your own life and see your own suffering. That's the platform for empathy. That's the platform for connection. It's something that my patients see. They take one look at me and they know I've been in the hospital bed. They know. I don't have to explain it. I don't have to say anything. It's not doctor here, patient here. All of a sudden it's human to human.
He's right there with you, because there are too many clinicians, who are professionals who have forgot how to be human beings. And that's what he comes across with foremost, is being a compassionate human being who happens to be a doctor.
He's the most gentle, supportive doctor. He's just a lovely person. He really makes you feel comfortable. So I feel really lucky. It's one of the few doctors I look forward to seeing.
I think we just have to go back to our roots, that this is about caring for people, and not just others, but ourselves. These are my experiences. These are my legs. I love these legs. These aren't sad reminders of the legs I once had. I've made myself love these experiences. I have looked for good things in them and walked towards those good things.
Thank you. It's very nice. Thank you. Good evening. It's very nice to be here. Nice to see you all. And I'm very proud to stand here, both as a patient, because after all, aren't we all? It will be someday. But also as a physician too. My heartfelt thanks to the Schwartz Center for inviting me and for championing the care that saved my life and my spirit. I'm happy that I get to link my work with yours to further this great mission. Looking around this hall and seeing all your big hearts and minds converge in the name of compassion gives me great hope for the future of healthcare in this country. And I don't need to say, but the time is now. I think many of us realize that. Reimbursement policy changing every day. Meanwhile, we're facing the silver tsunami, the aging baby boomers. Another thing I don't have to tell you about. You boomers who have disrupted every norm you could get your hands on, for which I thank you mightily. I'm happy to follow in that wake. I'm striving to enhance creativity and freedom all the way to the end, to develop all the way to death. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to uphold the care in healthcare. My own experience has taught me that illness, disability, and death are not only normal, but integral parts of the human condition. Parts of a life well lived, fully lived. In fact, these phenomena connect us. It is connection that we thrive. Indeed, struggle is the very source of beauty. No pain, no joy. I see this every day among my patients and staff you saw a little bit on the video, and an army of volunteers I work with at Zen Hospice Project in San Francisco. Indeed, we only need to look at the very word compassion, which means literally suffering together, for our inspiration. So, to all of you out there tonight who are in a position to make policy, to lead organizations, to affect culture, I have one thing to say. Kindness first. More than MRIs, more than ventilators, more than expertise even. It's empathy. It's empathy which heals. It's not just relegated stuff of bedside manner or something on the side. It is essential. Honor compassion. Reward compassion. Make it real. Make it the standard of care. Which brings us to our request tonight. We ask all of you to consider a donation to the Schwartz Center in honor of our special caregiver who has made a difference in your life or in the lives of the people you love. For a gift of $100 or more, we will send a certificate of appreciation in your name to your caregiver. We will also add the names of the caregivers you recognize to our honor roll on the Schwartz Center website. Please know that we appreciate a gift in any amount. Once again, Ellen Cohen, who's married to Ken Schwartz, is generously matching everything we raised tonight. Thank you, Ellen. So, also, everyone who makes a gift will be entered for a chance to win a 3-day weekend ski in, ski out, townhouse at Jay Peak, somewhere in Vermont, courtesy of the Kuriker family. I thank them as well. So please note that the photos on your tables double as pledge cards, one for each guest. You'll find pens in the centerpieces. Kindly take a moment to fill out the card before your dinner is served, preferably, so you can enjoy the dinner. Medical nursing students, along with other volunteers, are standing by to collect your cards. If you need more time, you can hand them in at the back of the room later in the evening. Over the past 5 years, more than $400,000 has been raised, and more than 600 caregivers have been honored, as you can see on the screens behind me. There they are. Please add your caregiver to the list. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Being part of this event has convinced me to work even harder for the relationships with my patients, and I appreciate that very much. In the meantime, I'm making a donation myself in honor of my team. Joy Varkartapone and Marlene, my 2 favorite nurses, Dr. Mansour, Dr. Wu, and most of all my parents, especially my parents. So thank you very much.